I'm here. Hold on.
Okay, take some closer, and I want you to clear the sign so everyone can see. I'm going to explain about the mayonnaise so there's no point to read. That's how I can tell you all kinds of crap, you know. You can check me afterwards. Okay, guys, please make a wider circle. Okay, I wanted to take the model, but it was captured. I guess that we might have some difficulties today because there are many groups on the site, and we are a mega group. So we'll try to do our best, okay? The model that the other group was watching is the reconstruction of this. This is the royal quarter of warehouses, of royal warehouses that belong, Erwin, only to the king. I'm sorry, only to King Herod. And listen what he had here. I'll tell you what he had here. In one of these warehouses that were cleaned, meticulously checked, investigated. You know what does it mean in archaeology? It means that at the beginning they take out the rocks that collapse. Then they clean the dirt, and then they crawl on the floor with toothbrush, and that is a meticulous examination. You might find tiny coins, tiny bones, all kinds of things that has to be checked. In your eyes it looks like dirt, like filth, because it's after 2,000 years. But expert will go actually literally crawling on the floors of those warehouses, and they will check in a meticulous way everything they find. And they did find some amazing things. By the way, in 1965, the project of excavating this huge archaeological site of Massada was one of the most famous in the world from a simple reason. The government of Israel took a decision to allow foreign people from all the countries, including Canada, to come as volunteers and to help with this amazing project of excavations. Okay, so many people heard about that. Now, what did they find inside those warehouses? Look here. They found mostly jars. Jars made of clay called amphora. Now, amphora, which means container in Greek language, was the plastic container of the time. But they were, you asked what did they kept over there? They were reaching your size. They were huge jars that could have contained everything you want, from liquid to solid food. Grain, you know, grain supply, it comes by seeds. You can fill it up, okay? And here, to your question, since I said it was the royal warehouse, they found an excellent wine, sealed, untapped. Wow. No, the one was spoiled by now, because 2,000 years is a little bit too much even for a good top quality wine. Yeah. But the interesting thing was the inscription. The engraved inscription on the jar was sent to Herod Megas, Rex Sifdeh, which means Herod, the great king of the Jews. Where from? From the Bay of Naples in Italy. Let's think about it for a moment. Today you're going to see the visitor center, the modern one, electricity, refrigerator, food, restaurant, wines, drinks, souvenirs. Even they will think twice before they will even consider to import Italian wine to this shop. They can, we can today, but it's extremely expensive. So this king, he was the king. He could have allowed himself to come here once a year maybe, to sit down in his palace, which I'm going to take you to now, and to ask for a servant, bring from warehouse number 10 the good Italian wine I like. So that's the magnitude of the king in those days. Okay. Now, what is the question? Is what is the black line? Any ideas?
The original building.
Yeah, it's the reconstruction line, which means, look, if you look at this warehouse, That's how it was found in 1965. You see over there? They're looking at that. You see what happens? All the walls collapse to the inside, and it's before the stage of cleaning. What they normally do with the rest of them, they go into a warehouse like that, they remount back the original stone, guys. They mark first the black line, okay, then they remount the original real stones that fell to the inside, okay, they rebuild them again, and then they clean everything and they leave the black line for you to know what was the altitude, what was the level of the buildings before reconstruction, investigation, and archaeological research began. Okay? They found here weapons, they found here food, they found here a lot of interesting stuff that was the personal belonging of Herod the Great. Now when he died and when the freedom fighter came, they still could have enjoyed the supply for their needs. So food and weapon and also water was not their problem here. And it's a surprising thing, because that's a far remote castle in the desert. They have no problem with that, because you can imagine that the king took care of it before. Okay? Any questions up to now?
So did he actually
Much more than that.
These are the lines, the actual height before the reconstruction, and how basically how they found it. Look at the black lines along the walls.
Let's go.